least favorite race. I don't believe in race. Race is a social construct. Everybody's shades of wheat.
Hold up, my educated and melanated brother. Hold up. You spaz.
So between September and October is the Feast of Tabernacles, Sickle. So a lot of people have the dates wrong. People are celebrating different times. People need to understand that we don't have the Creator's calendar, so it's never going to fall on the correct time. But keep in mind, it is between September and October, and a lot of things are happening this time right now. So what is the Feast of Tabernacles? Recalling days when the Israelites lived in huts during the years of wandering in the wilderness after the exodus from Egypt. We need to be aware that Abba is going to be gathering us again for the second time like he did when he led us out of Egypt. Sukkot is a time to celebrate the autumn harvest. Sukkot commemorates the 40 years the Israelites spent wandering in the desert after leaving Egypt. So during this time, Abba is going to separate the wheat from the chaff. And remember, this is the Feast of Harvest. Keep that in mind. Swing the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come trample the grapes, for the winepress is full, and the vats overflow, so great is their wickedness. So in other words, some will be gathered away, and the others will be left behind to be trampled. And now, Adonai, bring down your warriors, collect the nations. Bring them to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there I will sit to pronounce judgment on them all. Now let the sickle do its work. The harvest is ripe and waiting. Tread the winepress, for it is full of overflowing with the wickedness of these men. The sickle. Russia. When the 1,000 years end, Satan will be led out of his prison. He will go out to deceive the nations of the world and gather them together, with Gog and Magog, Russia and China, for a battle, a mighty host. And the nations, he's referring to the United Nations. A mighty host, numberless as the sand along the shore. They will go up across the broad plain of the earth and surround Yah's people and the beloved city of Jerusalem on every side. That's in America. That is in the Four Corners by Utah. Putin, Russian Federation.
Thank you for being here today for our press conference on
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Most important
Look at this.
issue that's
Somebody come and look at this.
attention relative to its importance in our country. And like many other issues, we're going to be deciding on November 5 what kind of a country we're going to be, and it applies to this issue as well. President Trump had withdrawn the U.S. from the WHO, and of course the Biden administration, like every other disastrous decision they made, reversed those policies when the Biden-Harris administration got in charge. Well, later this week, the UN is going to hold a, quote, summit for the future. And they're going to produce, this is right from their website, an intergovernmentally negotiated, action-oriented pact for the future with a chapter on transforming global governance. Ascending beyond the powers being sought by its subordinate agency, the WHO, the UN is seeking even broader and more powerful authority, as you will hear a lot about today. The Biden-Harris administration apparently intends to fully support the surrender and compliance of the U.S. to the UN in these endeavors. They are aligned with the international globalists that hate America, that hate the Constitution, that hate our founders, that hate our founding Judeo-Christian principles, and they want America to become like the rest of the world.
And second Esdra, he answered me, the final judgment can be compared to a circle. And just as a circle has no beginning or end, so those who come early will not be too early, and those who come late will not be too late. He's referring to the judgment that's coming upon the world. So after the gatherings, the ones that get left behind, you see judgment will last for 7 years. And that is the 7-year reign of the Antichrist. My anger has become so fierce that fire has blazed out to burn out the foundations of the earth and to burn up sinners like straw. He does the harvesting, so he is going to get the shaft and burn them up. Because Judgment Day, the earth is reserved for fire. His winnowing fork is in his hand to clear his threshing floor and to gather his wheat into the barn, but he will burn up the shaft with unquenchable fire. And speaking of fire, next week's Ring of Fire solar eclipse, October 2nd, my judgment cycle circle. Another thing, Earth's second moon to be visible at September 29. All the stars of heaven will be dissolved. The skies will be rolled up like a scroll because there's a sky net over the firmament. And the moon that we see right now is an artificial moon. So the one that's coming is the real moon. And you see the Mohammed Treaty. Notice how they always have a crimson moon in their flag for the moon goddess? Honeycomb earth, because the firmament, that Skynet is over it, is honeycomb shaped. And the keepers of the beehive is the Pope, your head, the mark on your head. The government, your hand. Beekeepers of the hive. Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. DEP B. I covered this before. This is a presentation of a Freemason. So this is the black sun right in the center of the earth, the hollow earth. And it reflects up to that Skynet that's above. And that is the Polaris star above. And there's the moon and the sun. Great Awakening chart. Moon matrix. Escape the matrix. Vatican. The beekeeper of the hive. All is one in the matrix. I'm also going to be sharing a video that somebody posted. He's talking about that there seems to be a planet that's getting closer to Earth. There's actually is a city on this so-called planet, along with the moon that's coming. But they said that it's coming, but it will be leaving and then coming back some years later. I believe that might just be Abba about to gather his people. Because like I said, it will be going away and coming back, right? Maybe after 7 years or so. And we are in the Feast of Tabernacle, the harvest.
It's not a piece of rock, but it is a plasma phenomenon, a cosmic plasma. This fact will eventually be confirmed. I made certain predictions which were already confirmed in 1958, and the situation now is coming close to a complete confirmation.
What will be the result if you are proved to be correct in your theories?
It will give proof that a complete reinvestigation of the laws of nature is necessary, because if the moon is a plasma, no man will ever land on it. The soft landing attempts will all fail. That means that the mass of the moon is less, far less, than is currently assumed. It's in a different state of energy, and it has far less mass. That means there is no more explanation for the tides. If it is proved that the moon is a plasma, then all gravitational theories are out, and a new concept of the cosmos and of its laws has to be evolved.
I have this poster that exposes every conspiracy theory on the planet. Today, we will unravel the truth on the moon. The moon is an artificial satellite that originated in another solar system. It was moved here thousands of years ago using elite technology known as tractor beams. According to an employee that worked at the top secret Air Force base known as Douglas, it's not even a moon, it's a station. It was moved here several thousand years ago from another sector of the galaxy. Let me ask you, what do all bodies in the solar system have in common? They all rotate. But the moon, it doesn't seem to rotate at all. According to Max Spires, a man who was for speaking about these sort of things, said, "The moon is a trap designed for your soul. When you die, your memories are wiped, and you are sent back down here." He died right after he said that. Have you ever heard the phrase, "The moon is a soul catcher"? When it is your time and you are crossing over, do not walk towards the light.
We are living in a computer-programmed reality, and the only clue we have to it is when some variable is changed and some alteration in our reality occurs. This, too, might account for the sensation people get of having lived past lives.
Have you ever heard of Erin Valenti, the woman who claimed to have proof that we live in a simulation on Earth? She was a tech entrepreneur and the CEO of Tinker Ventures, a company that worked on some of the coolest web and mobile apps. But her story took a dark and mysterious turn in October 2019. Before her death, Erin made a series of frantic calls to her family, saying things like, "It's all a game, it's a thought experiment, we're in the Matrix." Sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? Erin had been attending tech conferences in California when she suddenly went missing. 5 days later, she was found dead in her rental car in San Jose. The official cause of death was acute manic episode, but the strange and unsettling nature of her final messages has left people in the tech world and beyond buzzing with speculation. What do you think about this mystery?
To the moon and spent $200 billion, you would never destroy the technology. But one of the clips we have is them saying that they intentionally destroyed all of the equipment to go to the moon. All the diagrams, all the hardware, all the schematics, all the original telemetry of where the rocket was at the time, and all the original videotapes. Ron Howard's grandfather warned him the moon landings were fake. He didn't listen. He wanted to make an IMAX movie. He went to NASA, said, give me all the originals so I can transfer it to HD, and project it at 120 feet wide. They said, give us a couple of days. And in those days, they lost every single original videotape from every single Apollo mission. Now, if you really went to the moon and spent $200 billion, the last thing you would do is destroy that technology. But if you perpetrated a fraud, that's exactly what you would do.
Radio command link. Actually, it's a link along that tether line you see there, 25 feet of umbilical cord. That contains the life support system and communications link from the spacecraft life support system out through that chest pack.
Look at this. Get out of the way. Look at this. Somebody please explain. My camera. That is some kind of an artificial background, an artificial sky, yellow. Looks like wires maybe? Yeah, that's trippy. That's trippy. Hold up. Hold up, let me get another angle. Gotta see this. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody help me understand that. Somebody help me understand what the heck that is. Look at no, that's the sky's tripping. Big time. Big time, baby. Big time. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Get out of the way. Look at this.
Up. This is like don't look up, and especially with my imagination and the things that are going on with the second moon that we're getting. Bro, check this out. James Webb Telescope found an object that is heading towards Earth, and this object just course corrected itself to head directly towards Earth, right? And this is in the time that we have a second moon that's going to be here on September 29th, but they don't know exactly where this object is coming from, but it's the size of a small city. Bro, you can look it up in the search insights. I'm going to show it to you guys. Anyways, this thing, they're saying that the same people that found this thing are looking beyond this thing, and they think they found life on a planet. So this thing is coming from from a place that has life. Bro, I can't even. So it's coming towards I can't even. This is here from the Search Insights on TikTok. The James Webb Space Telescope has made a significant discovery, reportedly detecting a massive object described as being the size of a city traveling towards Earth. This finding prompted a secret emergency briefings with key congressional leaders. While the exact time frame for his arrival remains unknown, the urgency of the situation has led to a closed-doors discussions on how to handle potential implications of this discovery. The details of the object and the next steps is addressing this situation remains classified, sparking widespread speculation about the nature of the incoming object. To this, there have been rumors and discussions suggesting that the object spotted by the James Webb Space Telescope is not natural, further fueling speculation and concern about what it could be and its potential impact on Earth. Read further, you can see the search insight. So this is how my imagination works, right? This is how my imagination works, and this is for entertainment purposes only, right? So they have seemed to found a planet that has life on it. And from this planet, there's an object the size of a city that's headed towards Earth that course corrected itself to head towards Earth, right? At the same time, in about 4 days, we're going to have a second moon orbiting our planet for 57 days, which is 2 full moon phases plus a day. Then this object is gonna leave and come back in a couple years. Meanwhile, we have this object the size of a city headed towards Earth. I believe that those objects may be connected. Why not? Those objects can be connected. That's like a little Voyager they sent out, you know? Like that's like a little drone that they sent out to survey the area or whatever. This is just speculation, allegations. Listen, man, space talk and me, I'm already very speculative about space talk. So to me, they are telling us something. Something's going to happen within this next few weeks. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. Something's coming, something's going to happen, and I don't believe they're telling us the truth about everything, but they're telling us some things. I'm grounding. I'll catch you guys next time.